श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Yesterday we have come up to verse number 3. Satyam rushava chididam jadam va dukkam sukham veti mudha vivadaha adrushta loka niraham pratitir nishtha vikalpa parama kileshta. Is there echo? I think there is some echo somewhere. Reduce the volume. There is discussion about the world. And the discussion is Satyam Rushava Jagit Chididam Jadamva. Whether this world is real or not real. They keep on discussing. One topic, whether the world is real or not. Satyam Rushava. Chit idam jadam va, whether the world is consciousness or the world is inert. So two options, whether it is real or not real, whether it is inert or it is sentient. Dukkham sukham cheti. Is this world full of miseries or this world is full of happiness? And mudha vivadaha, they unnecessarily go on wasting their time in this discussion. Therefore, friends, Bhagavan Ramana clearly tells, don't get lost about any discussion about the world. Like many times people ask us this question, Swamiji, what is your opinion about the corona? Now, what is the use of talking on that? Or else, what do you think that the governments are doing well or not? Arati jana samsadi, Bhagavan says in Gita. Don't get involved in anything in this world. This point I am telling you is very important. The trees evolved, became animals. Animals evolved, became human beings. So, as regards the body structure is concerned, the psychological, intellectual evolution is concerned, we have reached the top in creation. Hereafter, the only evolution that is possible is only the spiritual evolution. See? But again we go back to the same thing. This world has always been like this. This is a very important thing to know. Somebody is born, somebody dies, something is good, something is bad. Somewhere injustice is happening, somewhere people are doing some good work. This is how the world is. The basic rule is, everything in this world is always in pairs. There is nothing in this world except Paramatma, except the Divine, which is single, without a second. Take anything. Joy, sorrows. Gain, loss. Friend, enemy. Birth, death. Health, disease. Yoga, bhoga. You can't avoid it. This is how the world is. But then we do the prayers. One boy, small boy, asked me this question, very intelligent question. Children's questions are intelligent. Elderly people's questions are not questions, they are complaints. There are no questions, only complaints. So, the question was, Swamiji, you tell us, do the prayers. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, सर्वे संतु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. You are telling, we are all telling. Is it happening? Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Are everybody happy? No. Sarve santu niramayaha. Let there be no disease to anybody. Sarve bhadrani pashantu. Let everybody see auspicious thing. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Let there be nobody miserable. All your 4 prayers are useless. Is it not true? Now what reply will you give to the child? You tell us, do good to the world. What is the use? Therefore, children's questions are intelligent. Elderly people only comment. They are like that, they are like that. Useless. So what reply I gave, I tell you. Then I asked him, I said, hey, your question is very, very nice. Extremely wonderful question. Nobody can ask such a good question. Then I asked him, when you take food, who is benefited? You are benefited or the food is benefited? See? When you sleep in the bed, you are benefited or the bed is benefited? Think. When you are walking on the treadmill, you are benefited or the treadmill is benefited? Of course, I am benefited. I said exactly the same way. When you have this kind of thoughts, sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, your psyche changes. Sarve santu niramayaha, let everybody be healthy. Whether everybody will be healthy or not, you will be definitely healthy. Sarve bhadrani pashantu, let everybody see good. Start from yourself. See, friends. Therefore, here Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Satyam Mrusha va chididam jadam va sukham dukkham veti muda vivada. It's useless. Muda, meaningless. Don't get lost in this. See? Adrushta loka niraham pratiti his nishtha. See? Niraham pratiti. When you are nobody. This is another point which I have mentioned many times in our meditation sessions. When you are sitting for your meditation suffering, sit quiet and make the psychological changes in you. First, you are happy. Second thing, your God and your Guru is in your heart. So no fear and guidance you get from within. God protects you and Guru guides you from within. Then you are nobody. Take this position, you are nobody, no thoughts. But we sit for meditation as somebody. Therefore, here Bhagavan says, Niraham pratiti. When you are nobody, the world doesn't exist. Is it not our experience in deep sleep? In deep sleep, who are we? We are nobody. Therefore, we are happy. And therefore, it's rightly said in English, nobody is happy. True, nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. To imagine that there is a species called as happy husband or intelligent husband, you are going the wrong way. See, friends. Therefore, niraham pratitihi. The problem begins from this aham, I. Therefore, adrushta loka niraham pratitihi avikalpa parama akileshta. This is the ultimate. See, and this is what we have to seek. When you are happy, world is beautiful. When you are miserable, the world is horrible. Yesterday I told you one simple example. If you put on shoes on your foot The whole world is covered by the shoes. You don't have to put the shoes everywhere. Put only on your foot. Exactly the same way. You remain cheerful and happy. See, whenever we are miserable, we are a strong ego. More the miserable person is, stronger is the ego. Less miserable person is, lesser is the ego. Bhagwan does not have ego, God doesn't have ego, therefore he is all Paramananda. So what spiritual practice you should do according to Ramana Maharshi? Be happy. No, I want to do meditation. Suffer silently. See, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Take our Mahamantras. And then we imagine we can teach others. You cannot teach anybody in this world. And those who are struggling to teach each other, others, they are the most miserable one. I have done so much for the world, but the world doesn't change. See, like one person asked me somewhere on an airport, these people I know, you are running around and giving talks so many years, but the people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, am I mad or what? I don't want the people to change. I want them to be miserable. Then only my market is maintained. Do you know the prayer of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. They don't say Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. They cannot. They will become miserable. Therefore, friends, come back to yourself. This world has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. People are born, somebody dies early, somebody dies late, somebody dies this way. This is how the world is. That is the beauty of this world. Then what we have to do? Play the game of life. See? You must have seen, I don't know much in Tamil theatre. There is one gentleman, he is a Bengali from Raipur. Now he is settled in Bombay. He does Kabir, the great poet saint of Uttar Pradesh, Kabir's performance. He is only one person on the stage. And he plays the role of about a dozen. Sometimes he is Kabir, sometimes he is the father, sometimes he is the mother, sometimes he is a friend, sometimes he is a Pandit, sometimes he is a Mullah, sometimes he is fighting. Only one man on the stage. Sometimes he is singing, only one man. Playing so many different roles. And when he plays all the roles perfectly, when the drama is over, there is a standing ovation because he played all the roles perfectly. We all have to play different roles. And for that, our Mahamantra, wherever I am, whenever I am, whatever I am, I shall be 100%. Now you are here, wherever I am, whenever I am during satsanga, whatever I am a satsangi. Am I 100%? I am going to get some guest in the evening and I don't know whether I have cooked properly or not, whether it's enough or not. Satsanga. See, friends, there cannot be superior spiritual practice than this mantra. Just learn to be 100% wherever you are. That's it. If you want to know what Bhagavad Gita told, only this Mahamantra. Only thing it was said in English, Sanskrit, I am telling in English. What was the problem of Arjun? Where he was? He was on the battlefield. When? During the battle. What? A warrior or somebody's grandson or somebody's disciple? Who was he? So on the battlefield, when the battle was to begin, that time, instead of remaining as a warrior, he became somebody, samsara began. If you follow this simple technique, you will live at zero complaint level. What our problem is, Swamiji, whenever I sit for meditation, the mind runs here and there. What should I do? Don't do meditation. No, but my Guru told, do meditation. Then do meditation. But the mind runs here and there. Then don't do meditation. Now you decide. See, friends. Therefore, living at zero complaint level. We don't have complaint only about the world. We have complaint about God. Oh God, why did you create this world like this thing? Just to trouble you. Stop this. Then you come to your divine nature. Adrishta loka niraham pratiti. Then the whole world disappears. Focus attention on yourself. That doesn't mean, how do I look? That is not a meaning. Who am I? Who is miserable? Then you will come to know the seed of every misery is Mr. Somebody. Try, my dear friends, learn to remain as nobody. But what happens? We want to prove something to the world. See, I am staying with Vivek. He is a small child. He is constantly seeking attention. He wants to prove something. What he is doing as a child, we do as the grown-ups. See, I am not like others, waking up late in the morning. I wake up early and again go to sleep. Holier than thou. Relax, man, relax. See, one lady asked me this question in UK. She said, Swamiji, I want to be like you. You are so cheerful, happy, relax. I want to be like you. I said, you cannot be like me. Why? I said, no beard. To be like me, you have to have beard. Because longer the beard, confirm is the wisdom. Short beard, doubtful is the wisdom. No beard. My friends, don't try to prove. So I told her, I said, Mama, your problem is you want to prove something to somebody. Don't have to prove anything to anybody. Be yourself. Therefore, Niraham Pratiti Nishtha Avikalpa Parama Akileshta. This is the supreme one. Remain as Niraham Pratiti. Otherwise, I, there is no end to it. Sarupa Buddhir Jagati Ishwarecha Sarupa Dhiratmani Yavadasti Arupa Atma Yadika Prapashet Sadrushti Reka Anavadhiri Purna. As long as you consider yourself to be a body, see, Sarupa Buddhi Jagati Ishwarecha. The world is nothing but names and forms. Ishvara is also name and form. Rama, Krishna, Govinda. In our Vedic understanding, God is referred in three ways. Nirgun Nirakara, attributeless, formless, is Brahman according to Vedanta. Then Saguna Nirakara with attributes but no form is the Paramatma according to Yoga. And the third, Saguna Sakar with attributes and with the form is the God, like Rama, Krishna, is for the devotees. So depending upon the seeker, the truth is explained in different ways. See? Therefore here the teacher says, Sarupadhir Atmani Yavadasti. As long as You are holding on to the body identification. Till then, we require a God with the name and the form. Don't condemn that. Hey, we are not Dvaiti, we are Advaiti, and suffer silently. No. They like the small kids when they have to learn. They don't have that memory and conceptual understanding. So they are told one, again one. So there are 1, 2. So as long as you are a child, you have to do like this. See, friends, in the same manner, till such time we hold on to the body identification, when you can have the body, why God will not have the body? One person asked Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi the same question. When God is attributeless, formless, why these various forms of the God? Bhagavan said, forget God for some time. Who are you? You are body? No, I am not. You are who? I am Jiva. Oh, very good. Now what is the shape of the Jiva? What is the form of the Jiva? When you, Jiva, formless, can hold this useless body, why not Paramatma? See, friends, therefore, Yavat, as long as Sarupadhi Ratmani Yavadasti, till such time I consider myself with the body, we require a support in the form of Rama, Krishna, Govinda. See, friends, it's so simple. Then, Arupa Atma Yadika Prapashet. But if you are working on this, the formless, attributeless reality, then you will have no questions. This is what you are. Kathopanishad, etad vaitat. This is that. At this moment, you have no experience that I am man or woman, young or old, in Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra. No. You are just. But when we are functioning in this world, yes, we have to function in the same way like others are functioning. So when you go to some temple and do you also do namaskar? No, I am Vedanti. No. Bhagavan Shankaracharya, how many stotras he has written on various gods? Do we consider we are superior Vedanti than him? See, friends, we have to clearly understand the position. What we think, according to that the God is. If you think you are a body, God has the body. If you think God is compassionate, you should be compassionate. If you think you are formless, God is formless. As you think, so you are. If you think you are body, nothing wrong. Continue to stay as a body, but accept the 6 modifications of the body. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati iti, Shadvikaravat Etasthulam Shariram. The body is, it is born, it grows first vertically, then horizontally. Then it becomes old, it has got diseases, one day it dies. Accept it. No problem. But our problem is, we want to live as a body, but we don't want to die. See? There was one person who was a victim of Ramdev Baba. And he did lot of pranayam and lot of yoga. And as a result, he lived for 125 years. Long life, yoga tells, you will have long life for what? See, these are such simple things. Whether you live for 20 years, or you live for 40 years, or you live for 80 years, or you live for 125 years, your childhood is the same. 80-year man does not have a long childhood. A 20-year man does not have a short childhood. And the real joy of the life is in the childhood. And the real suffering in the life is in the old life. And we want to have long life for what? If you want to curse somebody, curse. May you live long and suffer. See, friends, recognize this truth of life. Otherwise we get lost in this only. So this our friend, he was a victim of Ramdev Baba and he lived for 125 years and he died. Because he was doing yoga, he went to the heavens. And when he went there, he saw beautiful apsaras everywhere. And then he started hitting his head. Oh God, why did I delay? I should have come earlier. So instead of living in this wretched world for 125 years, why don't you live like a flower for a short period, give fragrance and disappear? That is the fulfillment of life. See, friends. And for that the teacher says, as long as you consider yourself to be body, continue suffering. Then go kurute ganga sagar gamanam vrata paripalanam athava adhanam jnana vihina sarvamatena bhajatina muktim janmashatena. Keep on running here to there, there to there. Therefore, sarupa buddhi jagatishvare cha sarupa dhiratmani yavadasti arupa atma yadika prapashet. But if you accept yourself to be the embodied, not the body, my friends, please work on this. We do not have any experience by the body. We have all the experiences by the mind. And like for the body, we do two things. One is we work by the body to earn our bread and butter. And then we work on the body by going to yoga classes, go to the gym, do exercise. That we don't do to earn bread. Because we have to keep the body healthy. Exactly the same way. If we have to live by the mind, we are all living only by the mind. We are not working on the mind. Work on the mind. Now this is easier to understand. Working by the body and working on the body. But what is working by the mind and working on the mind? So when we start working on the body, we keep our body healthy. We take care of food intake. See? Otherwise Madhya Pradesh will come out. And then every time, today's food was little more. No control. See? So, when we are working by the mind and working on the mind means what? Working by the mind is default settings. About everything, we have got an opinion. To everybody, we can suggest. We can go on talking incessantly. Whether others want to listen or not, we keep on talking. See? No control over mind. Then afterwards we regret. I should not have said to you, I called you fool before everybody, but I am so sorry. It is too late. No control. Because we are working by the mind, we have trained the mind right from childhood. See, these are two things about mind. Catch it properly. Mind is used for perceptions. If we stop there, life is beautiful. But what we do? Perception is immediately by default followed by projection. This is good, this is bad, this is nice, this is not nice, required, not required, good. Who asked you? We keep on talking about ourselves. Did anybody ask you? This I have learned, I'll tell you how I have learned. My whole life is only learning from every experience. That is what I am telling you. Many years before this happened in Badrinath. And there used to be one old lady, Bhagwati Amma, she is no more now. When I was young that time, we used to go there, spend a month or two. So after the morning darshan, I used to go and sit with her. She was so loving. She used to give me a nice thing to eat and tea and coffee. Naturally, I used to go there. So one day, I went there. I was lying in her lap. Very nice, very sweet lady. And she used to play with my beard. One day I told her, I said, Amma, yes, no more lectures. I am not going to give any more lectures now. Enough is enough. When I said like this thing, she started laughing. I said, Amma, why are you laughing? Is it a joke or what? He said, there cannot be better joke than this. I said, what is the joke? Whose question you are answering? Did Badri Narayan ask you, please give lectures or don't give lectures? Did I ask you whether you want to give lectures or you don't want to give lectures? Did the world ask you to whose questions you are answering? See, friends, who asked you? One of the Mahamantra. Who asked you? Nay, I just wanted to tell, we are not interested. Oldies don't understand this, that they have got only the past. And our past cannot attract the younger generation. They are worried about their future. But we have nothing but the past. So if you have got peanuts in your pocket, can you distribute chocolates? Then during our time, who asked you? See, friends, therefore work on the mind. So these default settings should be corrected. Don't get involved. See? So working by the mind is default setting. Now working on the mind. Now like food, we get so much care of our food. We want organic food. I have never understood what is inorganic food. Organic food. Food is always organic. Okay. Then we keep on giving good or bad food to our body so that our body is taken care of. We are working on the body. Now what food we give to our mind? All garbage. Politics, people, corruption. And what do we get out of it? Or late night see the horror movies. See? चलती गाड़ी में लटकती लाश. See a terrible movie. And that horror movie you see, and then you go to sleep. Do you think Krishna will come in your dream? So we take care so much about the body food intake, but the food for the mind is thoughts. What food we give to our mind? See, my friends, therefore here Bhagavan is telling, Sarupa buddhi jagadishwarecha sarupadhiratmani yavadasti arupa atma yadika prapashet. Now you start practicing this before you go to sleep. Be very attentive. Don't go now. Right now you will start. You are lying down on the bed. Do this bhavana. You are like a big bottle without liquor in it. Big bottle, empty. Be very attentive. Now that bottle suppose breaks. What will happen to the space inside the bottle? Nothing. Exactly the same way. You are lying down on the bed. Now this body bottle breaks. And I, who is inside as well as outside, like the space is inside, space is outside. The mind is inside as a knower and the mind is outside as the known. This inner outer concept is only on the basis of body identification. Just play. Now slowly the body is dissolving. And body disappeared. Thereafter, no concept of inside or outside. In that state, remain as long as you can. Nobody can do it for us. This is the meaning here. Arupa Atma yadika prapashet. If I am formless, the world is formless. If I am a sannyasi, the world is sannyasi or not sannyasi. If I am a man, the world is either man or woman. If I am rich, the world is either rich or poor. If I am fat, the world is thin and fat. If I am nobody, no world. This is Saddarshanam. Therefore, Arupa Atma Yadika Prapashet. If you are formless, the world disappears. And this is only playing in the mind. You don't do anything. See, I am not in favor of doing meditation. Play meditation. When you are playing, you are not serious. Is it not just play, time pass? So sometimes you may click, sometimes you know, never mind. Tomorrow, what is the hurry? And where you have to go? Relax. There is no failure on the spiritual path. If we learn from our failures. See, it is so simple, my friends. So, Arupa Atma Yarika Prapashet Sadrushti Eka Anavadhihi Purna. This is the ultimate vision. Anavadhi Purna Drishti. The real spiritual practice is change your standpoint in life. Our standpoint is I versus you. When we go to the temple, standpoint is I versus God. Therefore, among the people, I versus you, fighting, competition, jealousy, friends, enemies. When we go to the temple, I versus God, I surrender because of fear, not because of love. For demanding something. God, I have come to do this thing, I will break one coconut on your head. Somewhere in other country, one of the, this non-Hindu boy asked me this question. You are that monkey god, why he had that mace in his hand? I said, you know what happened in India? When the examinations come, all the students go to that god. Please pass us. And they take the coconut and throw on him. Therefore he has got that mace. Our going to temple is only beggary. Hardly we go to the temple out of love for the God, out of fear or out of demands. See? Therefore, if you get out of the wrong notion, your ultimate vision is like the water is looking at the ocean and the waves. From the water's point of view, there is no ocean. There is no wave. If you go and talk to water and say, hey, as a wave you are beautiful, but as ocean you are terrible man. Water will say, excuse me, what is ocean? What is wave? From Bhagwan's point of view, there is no world. And we tell Bhagwan, dunya ko thik karo. Who is dunya? He has no world. He alone is. यद पंचकोशात्मकमस्ति देहम तदंतरा किम भुवनम चकास्ति देहम विना पंचविधम तदेतत् पश्यन्ति केवा भुवनम वडन्तु. पंचकोशात्मकम अस्ति देह तद अंतरा किम भुवनम चकास्ति. Body, which is an assembly of the five koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Other than this, what is the world? See, this example I have quoted number of times. One small little girl in their house, when I was taking breakfast, she asked this question. Swamiji, when the world is created, and where from the world begins, and where the world ends? So I asked her, I said, hey, you are so sweet. Who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy. So innocent. Mummy asked. Then I asked, I said, Mama, why don't you ask? Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, I am a vegetarian. I don't eat people. Then I told her, when did you wake up this morning? Finally, she said, at 7 o'clock. I said, the world is created at 7 o'clock. Where from the world begins? The world begins from body identification. Where the world ends? When there is no body identification. See? Yad panchakoshatmakam deham tad antara kim bhuvanam chakasti. Other than this wretched body, where is the world? But a whole life goes on. This misunderstanding that I am the body. Therefore, these two principles, catch them as the ultimate spiritual practice. First is freedom from body identification. Second is freedom from the notion that I am a jiva, I am a soul in the body. No, you are divine. These two things, hold on to this. Holding on to this, live whatever way you like. Whether you eat vegetarian, non-vegetarian, whether you wake up in the morning 4 o'clock or wake up in the afternoon 4 o'clock, it makes no difference. Whether you take bath or you don't take bath, whether you get married, you don't get married, it makes no difference if you follow these two things. But we get lost in the non-essentials in our life. We are not like others eating non-vegetarian in the house. We go and eat outside. Holier than thou. See? And I like playing fool with the people. It is a good time pass for me. Once I went to one of my very good friend in Bombay, Iyengar family, for food. And it is a great time pass, Otherwise you go there, eat like a buffalo and come out. What is the fun? As a human being, you must have fun. For me, life is a celebration, not a calibration. Therefore, we have got Corona festival. Not a punishment. So I said, Mama, I hope you have not put onion and garlic in the food. In the house of a Iyengar. And of course, I don't take non-veg or eggs also, okay? And the fire was lit. Holier than thou. Friends, all these are non-essentials. Don't get carried away by that. Work on the mind. One person asked me, Swamiji, please tell me some spiritual practice. Sincerely, I will do it. I said, okay, tell me, what are you doing? Then he started, I do Ekadashi, I go to temple, I do the japa, I do this thing, I get up early in the morning, I do Sandhya Vandanam. Very good. Now what more I should do? I said, on Ekadashi, take food. Swamiji, what are you telling? I said, why did you ask me? See? And then don't take bath. Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I am giving you spiritual practice. Now, what is the spiritual practice in that? Your whole life you are observing Ekadashi. You don't do Ekadashi. And watch your mind. You will have guilt. I don't know whether I have done good or bad. Free yourself from the guilt. Free yourself from the fear. A guilty person can never walk the spiritual path. See, there is nobody in this world, in the whole universe, through him, knowingly or unknowingly, something good or bad has not happened. But we carry that burden throughout life. This I learned in Ammachi's ashram. There was one old man. And he came, he said, Swamiji, I want to talk to you personally. I said, I don't entertain anybody in my room. You know my problems. If I come to your house, I get bored of you, I can walk away. If somebody comes to my room, if I get bored, where can I go? Therefore, don't allow anybody to come where I stay. Keep away. So I said, no, you are not coming to my room. No, but I want to talk. I said, I don't want to listen. But he was pakka. Next day again he came, wrote 5-6 A4 pages and gave me, Swami, please read. And he caught hold of my feet. Unless you promise that you will read, I will not leave you. Elderly man. Now what can I do before everybody? I said, okay, I will read. So now I had to read. And what he wrote? He got married 4 times, but none of the wives knew each other that I was married. And I have got so many children from different wives. And now I am old. And somehow or the other it was known to one wife. And therefore all of them came together. They all divorced me. Now I am all alone. What should I do? I said, get married to 5th one. Now see what he's doing. He's carrying the burden of the past. See, start your life afresh. Be attentive. Your past belongs to your body, not to you. You are always the present. Without the present, past and future has no meaning. See? Therefore, Panchakoshatmakam asti deham tadantarakyam bhuvanam chakasti. Other than this body identification, is there any world? See? This is what I learned. I have been moving constantly. Wherever I stay, I keep the room light on. Because when I get up, I don't remember which side is the bathroom, which side is the temple. Every day it is a new place. See? But we keep on holding on to some wrong notions. Therefore, tadantara kim bhuvanam chakasti. So wherever I am, that is my place. Then, deham vina panchividam tadetat pashyanti ye keva bhuvanam bhadantu. So other than this body, where is the world? Therefore, my friends, the real spiritual practice is getting rid of this body identification. First, body identification is called as the Mithyatma. Absolute reality that we are is called a Mukhyatma, the essential self. Body identification is the Mithyatma, the illusory self. After body identification, the third Atma is born. That is mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw. They are Gaunatma. They are the secondary Atma. See? So, first get rid of the secondary Atma. Don't get carried away too much by any relationship in the world. Live with everybody cheerfully, happily, but know for certain this is not the truth. What we call technically Vyavaharik Jiva. So we have to live in this society, lead the life as required, but don't get entangled in that. Keep your freedom. See, friends, when you conquer Gaunatma, then you can start working on Mithyatma, the body identification. But normally what happens, old people particularly, one person asked me this question, Swamiji, you are always telling the old people should stay away from their children. But if we do not give them samskar, how they will learn? See? Don't get entangled. After your children are settled, they are married, let them destroy their life. You have destroyed your life. Don't help them. And they become so involved in the life that the children have to tell them, will you please shut up? About this I'll tell you an experience. It happened in US. One girl, I knew her when she was in class 7. Now she was married and she was carrying for a second time. So her mother came to take care of her. And then one day she came to meet me. We had a dinner, so she came there. And after our food was over, she said, Swamiji, I want to talk to you something personally. Let us go to your room. I said, no room. We can walk here in the garden. So I took her hand and she was advanced pregnant. And slowly we were walking. Then she started crying. I said, hey, come on, don't cry. I don't like crying people. Then she started, Swamiji, today I told my mother, you go back to India, I don't want you. And I went to office. The whole day I have been crying and she is crying there. What should I do? I said, I'll play music. Then she told, why I had to tell her. Last 3 months she is with me. Every day only one topic. How my brother's wife is bad. Only one topic. She is like that, she is like that, she is like that, she is like that. So whether you have come to help me or to torture me, should I go and kill that lady, my brother's wife? There is no other theme. Friends, when the children have to tell this thing to the elders, don't think they are happy. It is the most miserable experience. But we elders don't understand this thing. Because the strong personality, without me the world cannot move. Go and you will see the world is better. Another example I will give you, this happened in Bombay. One of my friend, he has got a dairy. They make ghee and butter and all kinds of things, very nice shop. And he used to tell me, Swamiji, it is so much of work and all that. I said, forget about, give it to the manager, they will do it. You relax, man, don't be tense all the time. As if God wanted that way. He met with an accident, his leg broke in the hospital. Now he has no way out. So he was kept in one place and shop was going on. After 1 year, after 1 or 2 months, he discovered that his shop has made more profit than when he was there. I said, now you understand? You are the most unwanted furniture in this world. But we think, without me, how the world will move. We are here only for spiritual evolution. Don't get entangled in this world. Therefore, deham vina panchavidham tadetat pashyanti keva bhuvanam vadantu. Other than this body identification, where is the world? See, Shabdadi rupam bhuvanam samastam, Shabdadi satyendriya vritti masya, Satyendriyanam manaso vaseshyat, Manomayam tat bhuvanam vadamaha. Shabdadi Rupam Bhuvanam Samastam, Shabdadi Satyendriya Vritti Bhasya. All the objects of the world, there are only 5 objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Only 5 objects. They are established by the respective sense organs. For a blind person, no colors and forms. For a deaf person, no sounds. So where are all these objects? They are in the respective sense organs. And where are the sense organs? Sense organs are in the mind. If the mind is not behind your ears, you are hearing but you are not listening. Hearing is different from listening. When you listen, it will change you. When you hear, it will change the speaker. Friends, how simple it is. So, Shabdadi Rupam Bhuvanam Samastam, the whole world, Shabdadi Satyendriya Vritti Bhasya, Indriya Vritti Bhasya. They are all established because of the respective sense organs. Satyendriyanam Manaso Vashesyat. And all the sense organs and organs of action, they are existing only in the mind. See? And therefore, Manomayam Tad Bhuvanam Vadamaha. Therefore, we declare the world is nothing but your mind. See? As is the mind, so is the world. All the great masters like here, all over, they lived in the same world where we are living. They never complained because they have put on the shoes on their foot. They never wanted to cover the whole world. You change. See, my dear friends, nobody can help us. If we really want to walk spiritual path, that is the main problem. See, when we are unfit to go for parties, when we are unfit to go for vacations, when we are unfit to go for any function, then we go for satsang. Satsang is meant for changing ourselves, not for getting anything. Our normal understanding is spirituality means go to the temple, get our desires fulfilled. Where desire fulfillment is the criteria of visit, you are in samsara. Where getting freedom from the impact of the desires is the concern, you are walking the spiritual path. See? Therefore, Manomayam Tad Bhuvanam Vadamaha. There was one boy, he asked me, Swamiji, please advise me. I said, what for? Whether I should get married or I should walk the spiritual path. I said, get married. He said, you just told like that. I said, like what should I tell? No, but I asked this question, many people, they explained me both the sides. What is the plus and minus side of the married life? What is the plus and minus side of the sannyasi life? You just told me get married. I said, because you asked me a question. Those who want to walk the spiritual path, they don't go and ask people. They start walking. You have no guts. Therefore get married. See? Spiritual path is not like that. Therefore, here the teacher says, the mind alone is Manomayam Tad Bhuvanam Vadamaha. Keep your mind perfectly pure, cheerful. The world is most beautiful. See? Be attentive. You must have gone somewhere, sometime on vacations, is it not? So for vacation, what for we go? For earning money? Or spending money? We go there for celebration. Exactly the same way. We are in this world on a vacation. Spend what you have. Celebrate your life. After you have finished taking care of your kids, they are already settled, get out of that wretched place. Go for vacation. Go to Goa. I don't know why you are laughing. Goa is a holy place. See, it is not liquid spirituality. Because I have been going to Goa for years. All those people who come and do all those things, they are not Goans. They are people from Bombay, Pune, Delhi, Calcutta. They come and do all the useless things there. See, Goa is a very holy spiritual place. See, friends. Therefore, tad manomayam tad bhuvanam vadamaha. As is your mind, so is the world. Those who see the ugliness in the world, their mind is like that. There is one saying in Sanskrit, Papi sarvatra papam ashankate. A sinful person sees only wrong things in this world. Like there is a popular story from Mahabharata. Bhagwan Krishna asked Yudhishthir, go and get a bad person I want. Yudhishthir went and came back. He said, I could not find a single bad person. Never mind. Then he said, Dushyasan, Duryodhan, you go and find out only one good person and get. They also came back. There is not a single good person in this world. We see the world what we are inside. See? And based on that only, our life is best. Therefore, manomayam tad bhuvanam vadamaha. Dhiya sahodeti dhiyastameti lokastato dipravibhasya esha dhi loka janma kshaya dhama purna sadvastu janma kshaya shunyamekam. When this world comes into existence, dhiya saha udeti, mind and the world, they are simultaneously born. In the deep sleep, mind is dissolved in consciousness. Therefore, there is nobody, there is no world, there is no time, there is no space, there is no nothing. But we are still there. We are not absent. See? And then the moment mind starts manifesting, to that extent the world starts being created. Therefore, dhiya saha udeti. When the mind is born, the world is created. And dhiyastameti lokastata. And when the mind goes back, again the world disappears. These two times, do your spiritual practice. How you go to sleep. Don't tell we go on the left side, right. No. How you go to sleep. We start withdrawing from the world, step by step. All our achievements, failures, we drop. Not now, after sleep, tomorrow morning. Then we give up that, we come home, finish whatever we have to do. Then we give up the home, come to our bedroom, give up the bedroom, get into the bed under the quilt. Then last attempt is Maha Mantra. I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till such time I and want is there, sleep has not begun. When this I, who wanted to sleep, when even the I disappears, sleep begins. So our deep sleep experience, when you watch it every day before going to sleep, see what exactly step by step has happened. Similarly, when we wake up, the other way around unfolding. First, we become aware of ourselves. Oh, I am awake. Then immediately, what is the time? Then where I am, time and space is born. Then what I am? Oh, I have to catch a flight. The world begins. So the world and the mind, they begin together and they dissolve together. Now here Bhagavan says, Dhiya saha udeti, dhiya astameti, lokastato dhi prayubhasya esha. Therefore, this world, which is also illumined by the same mind, then dhi loka janma kshayadhama purnam sadvastu. Now start finding out where from the mind comes, where from the world comes, where from the body identification comes, and where does it go back. What is the source? What is the origin of the birth of the mind and the death of the mind? Where from it comes? Where does it go? See? This is that. मौनम व्याख्या प्रकटित पर ब्रह्म तत्वम युवानम. मौनम व्याख्या. This experience you have, you cannot spell it out. You cannot explain it because it is unlike anything. All experiences are happening, fan, air, sounds, but you are undisturbed. Like the space is undisturbed by the movement of the fan. What effort the space has to take not to get disturbed because of the movement of the fan? That is a natural state. This is our natural state, my friends. And the best part, this is not an achievement. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. You don't have to gain anything. And you don't have to lose anything. When there are reflections in the mirror, is it a gain for the mirror? When all the things which reflected, when they went away, there is no reflection. Is it a loss for the mirror? Think. When you are all sitting in front of me, is it a gain to my vision? When you all disappear, is it a loss to my vision? Waking, all experiences are, I have this, I have this, I have this. Dream, I have this, I have this. Deep sleep, I have nothing. So, waking and dream, is it a gainful experience? And deep sleep and samadhi, is it a lossful experience? My dear friends, this is that. There is no struggle. It is as effortless as the space. Therefore, Patanjali Maharshi says, Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. Lesser is the struggle in our life, closer we are to the divine. Now, those who are hard of hearing, they have to put lot of efforts because they are not normal. And because they put lot of efforts, they get tired. And because they get tired, they go to sleep. Why waste time? Think. Spiritual life is not a punishment, it is a freedom. Work on this sincerely, not seriously. Therefore, dhiya sah udeti, dhiya mastameti, lokastato, dhi pravibhasyam esha, dhi loka janma kshaya dhama purnam, sadvastu janma kshaya shunyam ekam. So that which is neither born nor dies, which ever remains the same, that is the ultimate truth. Childhood has come and gone. What happened to us? Teenage has come and gone. What happened to us? Teenager, then middle age has come and gone. What happened to us? Old age has come. It will also go. Nothing will happen to us. On the contrary, we have died already 3 times. We died as a child. We died as a teenager. We died as a middle age. So we should be expert in death. See, friends, after studying Vedanta, listening to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, if we have a passing thought of our death, we have learned nothing. See, Maharaj, therefore sadvastu ekam shunya janma kshaya shunyam ekam. Neither birth nor death, you are that eternal being. Hold on to that. Bhavantu saddarshana sadhanani parasya nama krutibhi saparya sadvastuni prapta tadatma bhava nishtaiva saddarshana mityamahi. Now, saddarsha sadhanani bhavantu nama krutibhi saparya. Going to the temple, doing the puja and all that, these are the means. This is not the goal. See, the discrimination between the mean and the goal is the biggest problem for all of us. See, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karne. Language is the means. Goal is understanding. The spoon is a means. It doesn't matter whether it's a gold spoon or is it silver or it is a plastic. What is important is, what are you eating? Exactly. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. Important is what you talk. See, this is what Bhagavan says here. Bhavantu saddarshana sadhanani parasya nama krutivi saparya. We take the different forms and names of Bhagavan, do puja poti. These are the means. And what are the means? Karmani chitta shuddhyartham aikagryartham upasanam mokshartham brahma vijnanam iti vedanta dendima. Karma is not done to achieve something in life. Karma is done to purify the mind. And what is the purification of the mind? Freedom from the obsession of likes and dislikes. The second one is, upasana is for what? Chitta ekagram. Our mind is constantly running here and there. Therefore, when you are doing japa, japa is done to work on the mind. No dissimilar thought should intercept when you are chanting the Lord's name. Work on it. See? Therefore, saddarshana sadhanani bhavanti. They are only the means, but we get lost. The means become the goal of our life. Then sadvastuni prapta tadatma bhavaha nishtaiva saddarshanam ityamevi. Therefore, we have to come back to the sadvastu, our essential nature. See, friends. And the best part is, it is not some achievement that we are gaining something. On the contrary, spiritual life is a process of undoing all what we have been doing. It is the process of unbecoming whatever we have become. It is for this purpose our religion tells us these Chaturvarna and Ashrama Vyavastha. Brahmachari study, Grihastha do all things you want, Vanaprastha prepare to go to the forest, Nana Nani. You know, your Coimbatore is expert in Nana Nani, isn't it? It is not a Tamil word, Nana Nani. Then how this is coined here? Stolen from Delhi? See? So we are preparing in the Vanaprastha to get out of it. And then sannyas comes. We talk about everything. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. But it is incomplete. It also means Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Prepare yourself. How long are we going to remain in this wretched world? See? Therefore, this world is only the means. But our condition is, God becomes the mean and worldly useless things become the goal. You must have seen all our gods, they have got this mudra. Do you know the meaning of it? This is not Abhay Mudra. We go and keep on asking, oh God give this, oh God give that. Bhagavan says enough. How much you are going to ask? If you don't listen, give one. Go to the Lord for His sake, not demanding. See? So, Ganesh Bhagwan, then Hanumanji, they are kept outside the door for protecting the house. And Ganesh said, Yaar, mujhe bahar rakh diya. Ganesha should be inside your temple. But he has become the means and the samsara has become the goal. Discover this truth, my friends, then only we are able to understand that sadvastuni prapta tadatma bhavan tad nishtaiva saddarshana ityameva. Focus attention on the goal, forget the means. This is called technically upaya. Upaya means that which brings us nearer. Upaya. Upa means near. Aya gatau. That which brings us near to ourselves. This is what is the Saddarshanam. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.